everyone, our viewers, both home based and in the diaspora. You are all welcome to this insightful and educative station of Ignite TV. My name is Mrs. KEMI AJALA OSUNJUYIGBE. I am a linguist, I am a published author, I am a speech therapist and a language expert. I'll be anchoring this program, and this program is tagged Focal Point. My topic of discourse for today is parental attitudes on child's development. Parental attitudes on child's development. And before I proceed, I would like you, as you are watching, to please help share this insightful program to as many groups and status as you can. Like it, love it, share it, and help subscribe to my channel. All my social media handles are being displayed on the screen. Thank you. Now, in a nutshell, as we all know, there are two sides to a coin in this very important discourse for today. I'll be discussing and expatiating and analyzing on the secular perspective and the spiritual perspective, or what we call scriptural basis on the subject matter. In a nutshell, what do we mean by attitude? An attitude is a predisposition or a tendency to respond positively or negatively towards a certain idea, object, person, or situation. Attitude influences or can be an influencer in individuals' choices of action and responses to challenges, in incentives and rewards called stimuli. There are four major components of attitude. We have the affective, we have the emotions or feelings under affective, emotions and feelings under affective, and we have cognitive, that is belief or opinions held consciously by an individual or a group of people. The third one is cognitive, that is inclination for an action being carried out. And the fourth one is evaluative, which could be positive or negative response to stimuli. Thank you very much. Now, we have parental attitudes in various choices of endeavors. We have choices of careers for our children. These parental attitudes can be support, pressure, and anxiety, having a great impact on our children's choices, be it in the area of subjects, in choosing subjects in schools, in the school curricula, extracurricular activities, and career choices. This can be positive or negative. Then we have low level of motivation by parents. This can also be another area of parental influence or parental attitude. We have poor self-esteem of children, and we have negative attitude of parents regarding education. We have emotions such as anger or happiness. We have degree of acceptance, and we have coldness or rejection. In this area, we can have withdrawn children. Children can just be withdrawn from their peers or in their relationship, either in the parent-child relationship or friends relationship, with their peer groups or in their social interaction or social setting. We also have pushy attitude. Pushy attitude. In this area, they accept parents' dreams. They accept their children, accept their parents' dreams. Children can grow in a healthy manner by encouragement, healthy interactions, positive communication, understanding each parent-child relationship as being unique and different. Then we have sense of belongingness. There are children that they feel the sense of belongingness in that family. Then we have pressurizing children. When we pressurize, when there are too much pressures on our children, it kills their creativity and self-esteem. Now, as I said earlier, according to a child psychologist, there is no school that is equal to a decent home, and there is no teacher that is equal to a virtuous parent. In this regard, child-rearing cognitions influences parents to act either positively or negatively towards their children. But when the thoughts are accurate and well articulated, they will usually lead to positive actions. In child psychology, when I'm talking of child psychology, we have the range of ages of children. It could be the preschool, the teens, the preteens, the teens or the teenagers, then the tweenes and the young mothers, the young adults, and then the young mothers. So in child psychology, mothers' roles are usually significant through the child's formative years or preschool. Schools are considered as places which provide an appropriate learning environment for a child's overall development. But the importance of parents and community cannot be overemphasized. Parents' attitude or attitudinal actions towards the adult child and siblings in the family contribute significantly to the personality of the child, particularly in improving his or her academic performances. The pivotal role of parents' attitude still continues for the overall development of the child and career life. A child psychologist also said, without parent support, it is hard for teachers to devise academic experiences in helping students learn meaningful content in the school setting. That is the basics of the learning outcomes. At the home setting, children learn consciously, often in an informal way. That is the unwritten knowledge of education. Parents teach and train their children early in their fundamental skills, like the home and the work ethics, attitudes and values necessary for day-to-day living. This will enable the children to cope up successfully with the requirements of the immediate confines of homes and the community or the environment in which they find themselves. In this vein, education of the child has formed a basis for the development of better human society. They are able to contribute their quota to social development. When we are talking of the children's social integration into the society. So we have a better human society when they contribute their quota to social development. Parents' attitude towards their children's education is affected adversely by low social economic status, the SES of the family. Therefore, a child brought up with affection, children love affection, care, motivation, incentives, encouragement, showing them genuine love, and what we can use to bring them closer to the parents. So a child that is brought up with affection and care in the least restrictive environment will be able to cope up better with the world around him or her. Children love affection and care and novelty and adventure. Therefore, the family shapes the social integration of the child more than a formal school. At this juncture, I want to talk briefly on the 4 basic roles which parents play in the cognitive, affective, and overall development of the child. Number 1, parents as educational decision makers. Parents act as educational decision makers. We make decisions in our various choices of decision making. Then we have parents as parents. Parents still act as parents. And we have parents as teachers. You know, I said that both formal and informal education starts from home. Just like we language experts says, charity begins from home. The formative years of the child is being developed right from the home front. We have parents. The fourth one is parents as advocates. Therefore, parents and home remain the first teacher and first school, respectively, for every child. Teachers only complement the efforts of parents by creating a positive learning environment for learning outcomes and orientation of the child. Parental attitudes include low level of motivation, poor self-esteem of children, negative attitude of parents regarding education, emotions such as anger or happiness, degree of acceptance, just like I said earlier, coldness or rejection, whereby the child is withdrawn, and the pushy attitude in the area of choice making in career of the child, or the choices of careers or professional careers in their various educational development. Then we have encouragement, healthy interactions, positive communication, understanding each parent-child relationship as being unique and different, sense of belongingness, and pressurizing children, which eventually kill their creativity and self-esteem, over protection, over control. When children tend to be wiser and more sensible when they learn from experiences of life and past mistakes, let them be independent. Now, let's go to the scriptural perspective, the scriptural basis of parental attitudes. According to Psalm 127 verse 3, which says, children are the gifts of God and the heritage of the Lord, and the fruit of the womb is his reward. Now, coming down to this area, what are the ingredients of a godly home? Number 1, we have genuine love. There must be genuine love, that the parents are being entangled and bonded in love. The family must be bonded in genuine love, and there must be a mutual cooperation and understanding of both the father and the mother. Now, coming down to the children, genuine love must exist between the family setting and the children. Then number 2, discipline. This discipline is essential for a child's all-round developmental growth and essential for a child's growth. We'll see this in Ephesians chapter 6 verse 4, Proverbs chapter 13 verse 24, Proverbs chapter 19 verse 18, Proverbs 22 verse 6, Proverbs 22 verse 15, Proverbs chapter 23 verses 13 to 14, and Proverbs chapter 29 verse 15 to 17. Then we have reproof and spanking. When there is a need for reproof and spanking, let us do it accordingly. But there must be a proportion of the measurement of the punishment to the child's punishment that you are administering. There must be a proportionate equality between the two. The child must be made to know the extent or the gravity of the offense which he or she has committed, and the appropriate punishment that will be extended towards that punishment, towards that offense. Then there must be positive communication and genuine interest in the lives of our children. There must be genuine interest. Don't be too busy fishing for other children's interests and investing in others while you let your own responsibilities. Your own responsibilities must not be left undone. You must be aware of your children's needs, and you must fish out the areas where your children need your affection, and where they need your care, and where they need your pieces of advice and encouragement. So be up to your responsibilities towards your children's both academic and moral values. Then consistency. There should be consistency. Parents should enforce rules to guide their children. Parents should enforce rules to guide their children. That is, children must learn much of their behaviors from their parents. So parents need to live up to the standards that they portray and expect their children to observe. This will be found in Deuteronomy chapter 5 verse 29. If people live by God's principles, later generations will follow their example. Even in Deuteronomy chapter 6, the Bible says that we should follow the statutes, the commandments, and the injunctions given by our God, so that we can trail it down. Our children will trail towards these our attitudinal patterns, and they will follow suit. They will follow after and walk after our godly attitudes. So even so that we and our children might live. That's according to Deuteronomy chapter 6 and Deuteronomy chapter 5 verse 29. Another area is enforcing authority. Enforcing authority. There should not be conflict in the home front. Instead, there should be mutual cooperation of the father, the mother in parenting. The father and the mother must come together in mutual cooperation and understanding for the parenting of the children. We'll find this in Ephesians chapter 5 verse 21. Then another one is setting limitations and boundaries for our children in order to produce responsible adults. We need to produce responsible adults, but we have to set boundaries and follow the limitations and boundaries we have set. We must give them instructions. Another important area of child's developmental process is that we should give them rewards of their good behaviors, and encourage and motivate them, and give incentives where necessary for grades or attainments in achievements and self-endeavors. Now, another one is we should meet their material needs. We'll find this in 1 Timothy chapter 5 verse 8. We should meet their material needs. We find this in 1 Timothy chapter 5 verse 8. And the most important ingredient for a godly home is we should pray for our children for direction and guidance, especially in financial matters. Pass along your faith to your children. Pass your beliefs about God and corresponding values to your children. Become a leader worth following. Be a role model. Be an agent whereby your children will trail after your behaviors, godly behaviors, and be a leader of repute. Become a leader worth following. Be a role model. You will shape their worldview when you walk your talk. Walking your talk will place them in a very wide perspective of the world view. Another area is don't preach teach, but gently share and boldly give what you share with them. Share life experiences with your children. Share their experiences too. Whenever they come back from school or an outing, let them get their attention. Let them tell you about their experiences so that you give them and nurture them into better individuals in that regard. Teach them to be wise and to lead. Teach them to lead. Always tell them they can be a leader. Let them have a leader attitude, not a servant attitude. Let them lead. They can lead. They can be their cheerleader in every circumstances. And so, by becoming a leader in their various endeavors, they too will train others and nurture others, even their own children and generation yet unborn, in matters of various life experiences and life challenges. In matters like dating, music, alcohol, smoking, societal values, financial issues, cleanliness, household chores, goal setting, healthy eating habits, health issues, and physical exercises. With all this in view, I believe that our children will come out the best and complement the efforts of their parents by creating a positive environment for their various outstanding living conditions and social interaction with the world around them. They can explore their world and become better adults in future. Children's learning is the most natural and innate of human skills. So, on this note, learning generally understood as the process through which individual acquires knowledge, skills, and values in a range of formal and informal setting throughout life. As far as the Indian education system is concerned, and that is what obtained in our Nigerian system as well, marks scored by children places them in preference of their future careers. And in conclusion, as I'm rounding off, the whole message is that let's realize that our impact on our children goes a long way in shaping their positive roles in the lives of others. Now, our diabolical world is constantly teaching our children its ways. If the primary authorities in our children's lives does not teach them the ways of God, they will embrace the secular teachings of our world. Thank you for listening. See you again next time, same time and same station. God bless you. God bless our children. God bless our nations. God bless our families. And God bless our world.